To remain updated with the latest business news, click on the bell icon.
We have Ashima Goyal with us, one of the winner of Business Today's Most Powerful Women in Business. Ashima is one of the member of RBI's Monetary Policy Committee. She is also Chairman Emeritus, Indira Gandhi Institute of Development Research. Ashima, congratulations.
Thank you.
So Ashima, women are gradually making their way into the rooms of a corner room. As a business leader, what qualities a woman should have to tackle the situation?
First of all, she must know whatever area she is in, and she must be cool and able to motivate people and keep things going in difficult times.
Over the years, has the situation for women in workplaces changed?
Yes, definitely it has improved. We have many more women now in industry, in many different kinds of professions. And we have some women leaders as well. We need more of those to motivate and mentor women who are coming up. Yeah, there are too few leaders as yet.
And do women still have to tackle, these gender biases on a daily basis?
I think it is becoming less, but it is there to some extent. But it is changing and more people now see themselves as professional, not in terms of gender. So, yeah.
Some questions on the economy. Oil prices, they are creating a havoc in the economy. So what kind of impact do you see, of these rising oil prices in the economy?
I think we have to see whether the oil prices persist, because even historically, with a crisis, an oil price spike is a spike. It falls very sharply. So if it does not last for very long, it will not have a major effect. But if it does, even then we have some space to, because the government has been charging really high taxes. They did not when oil prices fell, so they can use taxes counter-cyclically. That is, reduce them if oil prices remain high, so that the impact on inflation in the economy is reduced.
So you are hinting on some sort of excise duty reduction.
Right. And at the state level, what reduction?
But the way we have seen the prices have risen, I'm sure government will have to pass on, some price rise to the common man.
Yes, so we have to see how long they persist, and then what the burden sharing has to be like. But in such a situation, there are some factors, which always move to moderate the spikes. For example, Russia has offered to export oil to India, or you could have Russia exporting more to China and therefore releasing Saudi oil for the rest of the world. You have nations' reserves being put in the market. So there are many factors that work to moderate oil prices, and overall you have movement towards green sources, renewable energy sources in the long term. And I'm sure Saudi and countries like that are worried that if oil prices rise too much, this movement gets accelerated. So they also don't want spikes to continue very long.
If I look at the RBI's projection for retail inflation 4.5 for the entire year, do you see that projection holds now with this oil stock?
Well, that projection was made on the basis of average oil price over the year of $80, which was higher than the IMF guidance and so on. So obviously, and the Ukraine crisis was not foreseen, it was something that could have happened, could have been stopped. So if oil prices stay persistently higher, then obviously the projection will change. But again, we don't know yet how long it will be, how persistent it will be, whether the pass-through to the CPI will happen, to what extent it will happen. So all that will also matter.
One last question on the currency part. We have seen currency also reacting, post Russia-Ukraine conflict. Is there also a threat of imported inflation, coming through the currency?
So I think that we don't need to worry too much about the currency, because we've already seen a large amount of outflows. Like debt flows, which are interest sensitive, are only 2% of the domestic market turnover. We've seen, because of India's higher growth prospects, we've seen so much capital coming in. I'm sure it won't moderate all that much. We'll continue to see. But even if there are some outflows, RBI has too much of reserves they've had to accumulate because of all this inflows, and they can sell some of that at this time, and that will moderate the possible depreciation, because they intervene only if there's excess volatility. So if you have large outflows, that's excess volatility, and reserves are meant to smooth that.
Will you call the reserves are adequate or more than enough?
I would say they are in excess, because even the other problem we have about reducing excess durable liquidity, part of that is created because of too much of inflows coming in. So if some goes out, that problem gets, because they are trying to adjust to reduce the excess liquidity created during the crisis. Some outflows will help do that naturally.
And thank you very much, madam, and congratulations once again.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.